Babel, the Biblical City of Babylon, by Ben Flanders and Philip Wynne. The story of Babel is told in both the Old and New Testament. Although the city of Babylon and Babel are commonly referred to as the same city, there's still controversy over whether or not they're the same. Although Babel is a biblical city, many scholars believe that it was once a real place, due to the confirmations between the Bible's account and its results. Babel is thought to be somewhere in northern Syria. More specifically, somewhere in between Tel Brach, Amadah, and Tel Fakhariah. After Noah survived the Great Flood, he began living on a mountain where he populated the area. Noah and his offspring lived in unison, and all spoke one language. This unity among humanity would soon come to an end. Noah and his offspring decided to leave the mountaintop in hopes of creating a new city. The civilization flourished as they continued to build more and more. The unity among the civilization is what led them to such great wealth and prosperity. This prosperity led to the construction of the Tower of Babel, a tower that would be so tall that it could reach to heaven itself. Some scholars believe the tower was built to reach heaven, while others believe it was to escape a future flood like that of Noah's time. And others believe that it was built simply for the glory. God looked down upon the people and knew that the tower would only pull them away from him. So in an effort to preserve their faith, he destroyed the tower, confused their language, and scattered the people across the earth. The city was abandoned, and the age of prosperity for all of humanity ended. The people of Babel fled in every direction, creating new civilizations and new cities. The story's accuracy in its dispersion patterns of people compared to what scientists know actually happened are very similar, causing many scientists to wonder if this biblical story is true. Some important elements to this story is first, destiny, that all of humanity is destined to be separate from one another and be separated by our beliefs. Punishment from God due to your lack of faith. Humanity's separation from heaven, which was first introduced at this time. Before, it was thought that you could just climb straight to heaven. And the chaos and disorder that comes with being so different from one another. This illusion is significant because first, it poses the question of why humans are unable to unify with one another, whether it be from God or just from our differences. It also includes the idea that all humans are different from one another, which has caused problems over the years. But according to the story, it's what God intended to happen. One significant reference to Babel and the Tower of Babel is the word to babble. Babble is a confused noise, typically that made by a number of voices. The word is named after the confusion caused by God's confusion of the Babel language. The movie The Amazing Spider-Man is an allusion to the Tower of Babel, in which one scientist tries to play God, just like the civilization of Babel, and eventually it leads to their downfall. The Holy Bible, Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 through 9, although technically not an allusion, it does provide the entire story and is the point to which all other allusions of the story of Babel are based off of. The book series The Hunger Games is another allusion that demonstrates the chaos and problems that come with trying to play God. In this story, the villain, President Snow, attempts to dictate the lives of everyone in his civilization, eventually leading to his downfall.
created using Powtoon.